Are we live? We are. Excellent. Hey everyone, how are yous? I haven't been on in ages, so hello. Um, Tonight's live video, again, another simple one for you. I'm going to make a spaghetti bolognese. Um, really easy. I'm going to use my own spice mix here, but you can use, I'll tell you exactly what to use when I'm doing it. It's a little bit of oregano and a few other bits. I'm using some mince. If you're doing a bolognese, use a lean mince. It's far better. If you use a fatty mince, you're going to end up with a fatty bolognese and that layer of fat on the top. So you're looking for a lean mince for this. You want a fatty mince, make burgers, things like that. Bolognese or any sauce dish, use a lean mince. I've just got some chopped onion and some garlic in here, so 1 or 2 cloves of chopped garlic. I've got one whole chopped onion, finely chopped. Optional, sliced mushrooms and peppers. You can use things like bacon, mushrooms, peppers. You can use aubergine, artichokes, all things like that, the Italian stuff if you want to go the Italian way, or you can just whatever veg you like, really. It's entirely up to yourself. Peas are great in it too, or whatever your family likes, really. So now I am standing on a stool, so I'm not in my own kitchen. I'm not even in my new kitchen yet. I'm in a friend's kitchen. So we had to set all of this up just because I promised you a video tonight, and to be honest with you, I really wanted to do a video. So here we go. We've pasta we're going to do for a family of 4. So roughly, as you can see, about where I get my hands around it, like that. I don't have massive hands, medium-sized hands I suppose, just like that. That'll do a family of 4. In it goes. Have your water boiling. Now I've got a good dash of salt in that water. I haven't gone crazy because kids are going to be eating this tomorrow, so I haven't got a huge amount. If you're cooking for adults, get it like salt water. If you're cooking for adults, if you're cooking for just yourself, and kids, don't use as much salt, but salt water if you're cooking for adults, and you have a much nicer pasta. So let's get cracking and get our start this. Right, so heat your pan, get it nice and hot. This is an induction, so it's going to heat up really quickly. So if you're using just a regular hob at home, just give it the time to heat up. That's important. And you want about a tablespoon of oil. Olive oil if you have it. I'm using rapeseed, I don't know what it is, crisp and dry or something today. It's what we could get in the shop this evening. Now my pasta isn't ready. It'll be ready in a little while, just to push it a little bit more. Get that boiling up a bit more. Now this is nice and hot. We'll start off with our onion and our garlic. In it goes. You hear that sizzle? That's important. But you don't want it too loud. That's also important. It's a really high sizzle, too high a heat, and you hear that crackling and sizzling too much, it's going to burn on you. And we stick in our peppers. Ooh, it smells nice. I love the smell of garlic and onion cooking now. See, that's almost ready to push down a bit more. Mind your hands. Use one of these, the pasta stirrer. This is my friend's one. Most kitchen utensil sets will come with it. So all you're trying to do is just get the pasta in, get the water fully. Don't force it. And it'll just bend nice and gently like that. Leave it then for a minute. Yeah, we'll turn that up a little. We'll add our mushrooms. Again, totally optional. If you don't like mushrooms, leave them out. If you don't like peppers, leave them out. My mum used to do this with a smoked rasher. It was gorgeous. She loved it. Yeah. You can also do this with chicken mince if you choose. And give this a little stir. You just want to work it a little bit, not too much. Just a little bit till it starts to soften enough so that you can start to separate it. And that's why that's shaped the way it is. So you can get between the pasta and stop it sticking together. Don't just put pasta into a pot and leave it there. It'll all stick on you and it'll be absolutely terrible. Now when they start to go a little bit soft, transfer them to another bowl. I'd have them a little bit softer than that, so probably give them about another minute. I'm just doing a little bit quicker for the sake of the live video. You just don't want to be sitting there watching those frying Now, take that back down, grab my oil again, and about a tablespoon of oil again. Now, don't forget your pasta, it'll stick. And you see now I can stir it. I can separate the pasta a little bit, just agitate it that bit that it's not all sticking together, or sticking to the bottom of the pot. It's coming along lovely now. And we can turn that down a bit. It's going to boil either way. Now, and this is nice and hot, so grab our mince. In goes our mince. Now with meat, listen to the difference in the sizzle. You want that loud sizzle when you're doing meat. If you want it to brown, what that browning is that caramelization. And that caramelization basically is flavour. That's exactly what you want. So I'm going to spread that in the pan. Now if you're at home and you're saying, I don't have a good pan, this isn't non-stick. So leave your meat to sit. Don't move it, leave it to sit. And when it browns, it'll be ready, it'll turn, no problems. If you're struggling to get it to turn, it means that it's not ready to turn. That's particularly true for chicken. And also, if you don't like beef mince, you can do chicken or turkey mince, or even pork mince. What you would get in many places in Italy if you're doing this is you'll get half beef mince and half pork mince, and you'll get some chopped pancetta or smoked bacon as we know it, but through that. Also make sure you don't overload your pan. If you've got a weak stove, put half the mince on it, brown half it, then brown the other half, because it'll just stew on you and it won't fry. You really want that pan nice and hot so that it will fry for you. Now, dinner is nearly ready. So, if you want to get a pen and paper, or you can go back and watch this video later, the spice mix. This is my spice mix that I'm going to use here myself today, but if you want to make your own, it's very simple. Use some oregano, paprika, say a tablespoon of oregano, half a tablespoon, maybe even a full tablespoon of paprika, some garlic granules, some onion granules are great in it as well. If you don't have all of that, to be honest with you, a good stock pot, like a good Knorr stock pot, and some oregano. Do not use dried basil, it's terrible. It doesn't taste anything like dried basil. You can also use fresh basil if you so choose. It's really healthy. Fresh herbs are very good for you and healthy. Now, again, this is Dunn's mince. I don't know if you remember my most recent, well, not most recent, the video I did recently. I used Dunn's mince. See the water? See that water just coming out of that Dunn's mince? And that's on 9, an induction hob, using a professional, that's a professional pan, cooked by a chef. And that's the water that's coming out of the mince. I was very, it smells alright, it doesn't smell amazing. I was very disappointed with it the last time as well. Somebody else again did the shopping, and just went to Dunn's, and it was €7, so it's expensive, but I have nothing against Dunn's, nothing against any brand to be honest with you, but I wouldn't recommend that to anyone. That's terrible mince. And Dunn's for a long time, I think if you look back at one of my first videos I ever did, actually I think it is my first video, Dunn's was just, I did Dunn's mince and the giving out I did that time, it was funny. I was very, very upset over that mince. But I think that got like 100,000 views or something, that video. This unknown guy completely had 500 followers or something, and I'm giving out about Dunn's mince. So if that happens to you, let me show you how to fix it. Leave the pan down and let that, all that liquid and moisture evaporate away from the meat and the pan, and once that does, it'll dry up a bit and it'll start to fry again. But it's a pain, but it's not crazy bad. It's not the mince I'd like. I don't get that with Lidl's mince, I don't get it with Aldi, I don't get it with Super Value, and I don't get it with Tesco's mince. I definitely don't get it with Butcher's mince. Now, so I will be moving down to my new kitchen tomorrow, and I plan on doing a lot more videos for you guys. I'll be looking after my aunt, but these videos will keep me sane during all of that, so I'll have a lot more videos going. Now it's almost gone. For the sake of the video, see it's nearly gone. For the sake of the video, we'll just rush through here. Get all of that out. Make sure to keep my pasta stirred or it might stick. And give this a nice mix up. Now, you've got one of my mixes. Very simple. Take the top off, or use the spice, the herb mix I said to you. Just a tablespoon of oregano. If you can get garlic powder, great. Onion granules, great. Paprika. You can just get paprika and oregano, dried oregano. Perfect. You're good with that. That will taste really good. This is my mix, available in my store. I have to give it a little plug because the two ladies are doing this now, not me. And oh, it smells delicious. There's tomato, look at that. There's carrot, there's tomato, there's onion, there's leek, there's everything. And just that, a tablespoon in it goes. Or you use the mix that I said. That's the thing with my recipes. I'm going to plug the girls' stuff, but I'll also tell you exactly how to do it without using their stuff. Oh wow, that smells great. Getting like a lovely tomatoey smell off it because there's a tomato powder in it. And there's loads of little things, like there's even spinach powder in that particular one. Now, tomato passata, again, Dunn's, it's expensive, it's €1. Go to Lidl, Aldi, Super Value or Tesco's, and you get it for about 50 cents. Now, we won't waste that, so we put a little drop of cold water in. Just about a quarter of a cup. Close your bottle, give it a shake, and stick that in too. If you don't have the bottle, stick a quarter of a cup of water in anyway. You can use a tin of chopped tomatoes if you choose. Either or. Now, the important thing to know about this, turn it down when you put your tomatoes in, because that'll spit and bubble all over you and it will burn you. Another thing to note, if you buy cheap tomatoes, what will happen is you might have to add some sugar. It can be a little bit bitter. So if you find your sauce is a little bit bitter, add a little tablespoon of sugar, or not even a tablespoon, beg your pardon, not a tablespoon, ignore that, my apologies. Add about, like, I don't know, a third of a teaspoon, a third of a level teaspoon. And that pasta needs 1 more minute and it's cooked. So remember that, not a tablespoon, a third of a teaspoon of sugar. If it needs it, if it's bitter, and you'll know fairly quickly if it is. Now, so that's almost good to go. Last thing, stock pot. And would you believe I'm going to be dishing dinner up in just a minute. Get your stock pot in there. Now, where can you go wrong with this? Not fry your mince enough. Not have your pan hot enough for your mince. Even if you've got a bad pan and it's a non-stick pan, don't worry about it. You can still do it. This is not non-stick. And look at that. Not a mark in the pan. It's not burnt or anything. And these are what professional chefs use all the time. So what else can you do? You can overcook the pasta. Don't overcook pasta. It should be al dente. Be careful if you try this at home. Chef's hands. What are we looking for? There's a tiny little bit of white. When I break that, remember this is hot now, so chef's hands we can do pick up hot stuff. So you be careful trying this at home. There's a tiny little white bit just in there. Just a tiny little white bit. I don't know if you can see it there now or not. The camera's too high for me to look up. But break a piece of pasta and you'll see it in there. There's a tiny bit there now. But when that disappears, it's ready. It's cooked. You don't need to go beyond that. You have this lovely bite to your pasta. This is cooking, simmering away. We'll give it a stir just to get that stock pot through it. And the variations, as I said, half pork, half beef mince, or all turkey mince, or all chicken mince. Really nice combination. That would be either turkey or chicken mince, and a good few chopped up smoked rashers inside in there. Gorgeous flavour off of that. What else could you do? Vegetarian. Fry your peppers, fry your mushrooms, fry your onions, fry garlic, loads of handfuls of spinach. Then your tomato passata into that, and then your oregano and so on, just like I've done it here. Gorgeous, really, really nice. Finish off and put a few little dots of mozzarella cheese on top of that, the buffalo one, not the grated one, and then finish it off in the oven and just have this gorgeous vegan or vegetarian pasta dish. I'm really happy with that. Now let me have a little taste of that. Now that will taste better the longer I leave it there. If I leave it there for about half hour or so, it'll taste much, much nicer. The flavours will infuse better. That is good. That is really good. I really like a good Bolognese. Now, let's have another look at this. Remember, don't try this at home. You will burn yourself. Now, there we go. Can you see it there? The white bit, it's gone. Just about disappeared. Now, can't show this on camera, but I will be in my new kitchen. I'm going over to my sink, sticking this pasta into a colander. Back and switch that fellow on first, it'll be annoying me. And all I'm going to do with my pasta is I'm going to rinse it under a cold tap, and that washes a lot of the starch off of it. And it also stops it sticking together. And the starch is the thing that drives your kids mad with energy after you feed them food like this. You don't want to give your kids food like this too late in the evening. You don't want to give them pasta because it's going to drive them full of energy, and they'll be running around the place when you want them to sit down and relax. Now, and let's just dish this up. Now, if you want, if you're one of those people, I like it myself as well, you can literally stick your pasta in there and mix it all around and do it that way if you like. I like it that way too. Or you can simply, and this is where this yolk is great, your pasta stir just for picking up the spaghetti just like that. Yeah, just dish that up. Look at that, beautiful. We turn that down, right down to a simmer now. Let those flavours infuse for about another 10 minutes there. But for the sake of our video, here we have, be quiet there you know, here we have a delicious Bolognese, quick and easy. If you want the spice kits, you get, if you want the spice kits, you get a full selection in our store. Bolognese, Italian, you get stew seasoning, you get savoury mince, which is, I love that, and you get chicken casserole, and each one will make 4 dinners. As you see the Bolognese that I've used there, there's loads left. In fact, to be honest with you, you'll get about 5 dinners out of each one. Gorgeous. Make sure you mix it around when you get it, give it a little shake and get the mix going. They're only $9.99 and there's 100 left in the store. And then, because we're moving venue, we've got the whole proper thing, the food range, coming back to you very soon. We're taking a pause and then we're coming back with a bang. We've got a place to do our food, everything going forward, which I'm really, really looking forward to doing. Let me take that out of there now and wipe that up, because that looks, there you go. If you want to clean a plate and you're presenting to friends, get your finger in a tea towel like so and just wipe around the plate. Just like that. Plate nice and neat. That's how we do it in restaurants. Always make sure your tea towel is nice and clean. And anyway, everyone, listen, thank you for watching. I'm really looking forward to doing more videos for you in the coming days and weeks. Now we got to pack this stuff and move it all the way. We've halfway up the country. We came from Cork, got as far as Limerick, and now we have to go to Offaly in the morning with all of this stuff again. So I'll see you probably Monday or Tuesday with live video, and I'm going to try and do one every day of the week. So I'll talk to you guys then. I hope you'd enjoy this one, and remember, support the girls. It's going to 2 hard-working women. If you want to buy the spice packs and give them a support, there's only 100 left. Talk to you later. Bye bye.